What is going on, my guardian gamers? Is I, Birdman, back with another Destiny 2 video, and today I'm going to be showing off a really awesome update for my Stasis Warlock. We were working on this back in Season 22 before all of the Stasis buffs and everything added in for it, and we want to kind of see how it is looking now. I just did an update on my Stasis Hunter, so hopefully this is kind of on par with that. Now, before I get into the video, know you can follow me over on YouTube and Twitter at Birdman778. Subscribe to the channel because we're so close to 10,000 subscribers on it, so be one of those people making us be a little bit closer. Thumbs up and comment on the video something you're interested in seeing, whether it's Hunter, Warlock, or Titan, and become a member. Now let's jump right on into it. Now we always like to start off with the exotic for this setup, and that's going to be the Osiomancy gloves. They read Fervored Cold Snap. Your cold snap grenades have an additional charge that recharges quicker on direct impact. The seeker spawned from the cold snap grenade travels farther. Now this is obviously really great because it's giving us an additional charge of our cold snap grenade, and also for the fact that that is really good with one of the aspects we're going to be talking about for the setup. But just in general, you get so much freaking grenade energy from this. It's constantly freezing everybody, and especially with this season and the artifact, we are getting a lot of shattered damage. Now when it comes to the subclass and everything you're going to be needing for that, obviously Winter's Wrath is going to be the super you got to use. I was really hoping that we were going to be seeing a little bit more in season 23 in regards to the stasis updates, like more aspects, supers, and all that stuff, but hopefully we're going to be seeing that in the final shape. There was mentions of things like ice armor, so that gives me hope that we're going to be seeing some more stuff added on. Healing Rift is definitely the choice for your class ability, just for the fact that it gives us like easy healing and everything in a pinch. Penumbral Blast is definitely really solid for just freezing targets that are just kind of like sprinting at us or something like that. And then obviously you need to do the cold snap grenade to take advantage of the Osiomancy gloves. Aspect wise, the Ice Flare Bolts is an important one. Shattering a frozen target spawns seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets, constantly keeping up that freezing kind of effect and everything that the cold snap grenade already gives us, but also for the fact that it's going to help out with Bleak Watcher. Now this got tuned up and fixed up a little bit so that you're not having to sit on those, super crazy cooldowns anymore. Press and hold grenade button to convert the grenade into a stasis turret that fires slowing projectiles nearby targets. This is definitely great for that endgame content, but I will say you don't have to constantly create the turrets. I pretty much say if you're looking to like go into like master or legend lost sectors, just chuck one turret out for enemies to kind of like focus on, and then just use your other cold snap grenade as just a regular freeze effect. Fragment wise, Whisper of Chains is definitely important to keep up the damage reduction for this build. The fact that while you are near frozen targets or friendly stasis crystals, which you're constantly getting from just the cold snap grenade and also from our artifact, you take reduced damage from targets. So definitely really viable for endgame content. Whisper of Rending primary ammo does increase damage to stasis crystals. Now we're kind of, like I mentioned before, this is very similar to our Stasis Hunter build, so if you watch that, you'll know exactly which weapon we're using for this setup and why it is so important with this fragment. Whisper of Shard, shattering a stasis crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate, so obviously this is going to constantly keep up that cold snap grenade for us. And then Whisper of Refraction, defeating slow to frozen targets grants you class ability energy. Definitely recommend this over focusing on anything with melee energy, just because getting that, get out of jail free card essentially from our Healing Rift is really important. Now I was talking about a weapon that's important for the setup, and that's going to be the Quicksilver Storm. It definitely helps out in our artifact, especially. First off, it reads Rocket Tracers. Landing multiple hits turns your next shot into a homing micro rocket, and then the Grenade Chaser effect, landing multiple rockets loads a grenade and essentially gives you 3, I would say, champ killing grenade launcher rounds. This is definitely one that I use for any type of champion situation just because it does so much damage, especially when you add on the Quicksilver Storm Catalyst that turns that into strand damage. It is very usable. Now, when it comes to the mods and everything you're gonna be needing for the setup, first up on your helmet, a dynamo just to get that extra super cooldown whenever we activate our class ability on your enemies. Now, I will say like the super is not really all that viable for the setup. It's more of a get out of jail free card, so don't focus too much into that. Strand Siphon, just so that we're getting those orbs whenever we get those Quicksilver Storm kills, and then a Heavy Ammo Finder, just so we're able to take advantage of our rocket more often. On the gloves, I went with a double grenade kickstart, just so that I'm able to get some more energy back from my grenades. On my chest piece, double charged up to get 5 stacks of armor charges and the concussive dampener to mitigate some of that damage. On my legs, I went with a stacks on stacks to take extra advantage of those orbs of power, making it 2 for 1. A recuperation to get some extra health whenever I pick up those orbs of power, and then also an innervation so that I'm getting grenade cooldown whenever I pick up an orb of power. And then finally on our class item, first off, a distribution, so I'm getting some cooldowns to all my different abilities whenever I activate my class ability near targets. Reaper, so that whenever I activate that rift, I'm going to get orb power afterwards, and then a powerful attraction to pull in all those orbs whenever I activate my rift. Now, when it comes to the artifact and everything you're going to be needing to use for this setup, first up, I'm going to say that this more starts in the 4th column. You need unraveling orbs to give that Quicksilver Storm unraveling rounds whenever you pick up an orb of power. Pillar of Ice, so that whenever I defeat an encased combatant, it spawns a stasis crystal that adds on to my grenade energy for this build. And then also a Dragon's Bite, so that whenever I break a combatant's shield with my Quicksilver Storm, they are suspended. Now, when it gets in the 5th column, obviously I don't have 2 available artifact unlocks. I'm almost there. But I would say Horde Shuttle is an important one, so that you're getting those free threadlings. That's just free damage whenever I hit a target with unraveling rounds. And then also Hail the Storm, so that whenever I'm shattering encased targets and stasis crystals, I'm dealing increased damage. And also I'm going to release those shards that are going to do a slowing effect. Always like to mention how this is going to be endgame viable. First off, for our barrier, you're going to have those unraveling rounds from whenever you pick up an orb of power for our Quicksilver Storm, so definitely viable. Unstoppable is just going to be shattering targets, which that could be simply just hitting them with a cold snap grenade that should be able to freeze them instantly, and then you just shoot them and then they shatter and then they get that effect on them, so perfect right there. And then Overload, getting that slow effect. Now that's going to be either from them getting hit by Bleak Watcher, or just in general, just hit them with a grenade. They should freeze and get that slow effect. Thanks so much for watching the video. Hope you guys really enjoy it. Again, we're so close to 10K, so make sure that you are subscribing to the channel. Give it a thumbs up and let me know something you're interested in seeing down below. Helps us out in the algorithm. And become a member to get your name at the end of the video. Guys, thank you so much. Hope you have a great night, day, or whatever it may be.